So the Airtel has become the first operator in the country to come up with the 5G services in select few cities. We are joined by Randeep Shekhar, who is the CTO of Airtel company. So thank you so much for speaking to us, sir. My first question to you would be, how do you think that the lives of the common man are going to be changed after the introduction of 5G technology across the country?
You see, Indian consumer is a data-hungry consumer. I mean, a normal consumer consumes 20 GB and the students consume as much as you throw at them, 40, 50, 60 GB. So I think because of the, you can say high traffic and high users, our speeds, we have never experienced fast speed wireless internet. So first time, the very fast speed, more than 100 Mbps speed, which everybody will get. People will see, people are using it here in our booth. They are seeing 1 Gbps speeds on their phone, which they see only with Wi-Fi. So I think it's going to be a great high-speed experience for all our consumers.
So, but with the introduction of the 5G services, not everyone has been able to avail that service. What are the prerequisites or the basis to use the 5G services in the days or months to come?
I think first you need a 5G phone. So like any G, like 3G to 4G, 4G to 5G, you need a 5G phone. After that you need nothing. You need coverage in your area because your current SIM will only work. So you put your SIM in your 5G phone, it should work. And slowly we are rolling out. We started with cities. So as soon as it comes to you, you should be able to enjoy.
Okay, sir. Also, if you can take us through the details as to by what time you are expecting to cover entire country with the Airtel 5G network, because there are some remote locations as well, and there are some locations like Leh Ladakh as well, where you hardly get to see or experience any of the network. So, by what time, what year, what kind of month you are expecting that you are going to cover those segments as well?
You see, we are covering Leh Ladakh well. You mentioned Leh Ladakh, so we have even FTTH experience in Leh Ladakh, not just 4G. So, you see, India has democratized the data usage. It is not linked to only big cities, small towns, very, very remote towns. People are using high amount of data. So, I don't think 5G will be limited to big cities. And our plans are not like that. Our plans we have started launching like yesterday, day before yesterday, we had talked about that we have started in 8 cities where we are rolling out. But 8 cities is just a start with the number of base stations we had. We are rolling out across India now. By end of December, you should see large part of the top cities in India to see it. And by middle of next year, you will see almost every urban area getting touched by 5G in some parts of the city. And I think in end of next year, which is 23, we should see large part of urban area and high data pocket of rural areas should start seeing 5G. Because we are not just going urban-rural, we are going where is the user which have 5G phone and where is a lot of high usage. So we are going there.
So, but sir, at the same time, the challenge is to make the prices, the tariff plans available as per the affordability of the Indian consumers. Currently, you have not come up with any of the tariff plan, but in the days to come or whenever you are planning that the extensive coverage will be there, how are you going to make sure that the plans would be affordable, available to all the people across the country?
You see, we are investing in the network which is to cover everybody. So I am sure we would like it to be filled up, users to use it. So the tariffs would be affordable and we would like everybody who has a 5G device to enjoy 5G and use as much he wants to use it in a very affordable manner.
So since you mentioned about the 5G device as well, do we need to change our SIM sets or the SIM chips for the same?
No, for 5G you don't need to. You just need to use your current SIM, whatever you have. You put it in the 5G device, it will work. In fact, some new 5G devices are coming with eSIM. If you want to convert to eSIM, you can convert your physical SIM to eSIM.
So it is going to take some time for you or for the other operators as well for the entire coverage. At the same time, there are some of the concerns as well, some of the other challenges as well, like there is shortage of semiconductors, chips as well. How do you see the entire thing? Do you think that there are certain hiccups as well for these process, and how the government and the companies as well are addressing to it?
You see, there was a problem, but as you can see, almost all the phones are available. The same chips are used in both parts, on the network side as well as the phone part. The shortage is, I think we are coming out of it, in my view, and we have, you can say assurances and contracts in place with our equipment suppliers that we will get equipment in time for us to roll out this service for the Indian public.
Also, sir, this is one such important point which also concerns many of the people, and in fact the public at large, is of the call dropping. In the existing 4G plan, we are seeing that many of the calls are being dropped. If you go not just for the tunnel area, for the remote location, in urban areas as well, you experience a lot of call dropping. And the government is also strict for the same. They have also, pulled up the ears of the operators as well. How assured are you that in the introduction of the 5G services, no call dropping or that sort of problems will be faced by the consumers?
You see, we are always strengthening our network to give better and better experience to the customers, and 5G will make usage to be more, you can say people will go everywhere and try to use 5G. They use 4G also as well, so my belief would be that it is a continuous process. It's a wireless network, so there will be some call drops, but I think we have one of the lowest call drops because the usage is also very high. But with 5G, we are further making sure that these two technologies work simultaneously nicely so that there are no call drops.
But so somewhere or the other, it will continue to exist, sir. The frequency will be low, the intensity will be low, but it will continue to exist.
It's a wireless technology. Wireless technology not only involves you and the tower, it also involves the interference sometimes. So it does happen, but I think we have to keep striving to make it zero, close to zero.
So my last question to you would be, also correct me if I am wrong, I have been told by the experts and the analysts that there are three major things which are required for the usage of the 5G technology. One is the headset, the device part. Second is the outdoor small unit which is installed in particular community, locality outside some of the colonies. Then comes the third part, which is the core part of the network. There are some of the talks that the Airtel company is using the core part on the 4G segment, and somewhere or the other in the years to come, months to come, they have to eventually shift it to the 5G standalone network. What do you have to say, sir, on this?
You see, first of all, this is wrong information that Airtel doesn't have 5G standalone. We have standalone, but we believe today standalone is relevant for a normal, it's not so relevant for a normal user, I will come to it, but is more relevant to industries. So today, any of the industries who want to have a standalone slicing enabled networks, we are ready to supply today as well. We have 5G standalone network. 5G non-standalone network is the main way in which global operators are deploying for common usage. One big advantage of non-standalone is every 5G phone will work on non-standalone network, where every 5G phone may not work on standalone network. So you have to make sure a technology which everybody can use. 90% of the global 5G traffic is on non-standalone. In fact, more, it could be. I'm just trying to be a little bit more conservative. As and when the traffic moves to standalone, we will also start moving the technologies to standalone for the common user. It is not about technology readiness. We are ready today. We are just making sure enterprise users can use standalone because they have those machine or low latency required applications. Common user, he wants it to work in every phone. That's where non-standalone will make it happen.
So also, after spending 2 days in this entire event, I've got to know, in fact, I've learned as well that the network part, data part, cell phone speed is just a small part of the introduction of 5G technology. How assured and confident are you that it is going to further open a door of opportunities? It will be working as a force multiplier. The new kind of segments, startups will be produced after the introduction of the 5G techniques, sir.
You see, as an Indian, I feel that we somehow miss the bus in terms of creating globe winners on 4G based use cases, right? I think 5G is coming at the right time, in the right maturity to India, and we should, as a country, creating use cases, not to use inward.